today on Destination Polaris. We head to Arizona to meet up with the guys from Dragonfire Racing for Project X. It's time to go beast mode on Destination Polaris right now.
Welcome to Destination Polaris and Project X. We are at the brand new home of Dragonfire in Arizona. When it comes to research, development, and manufacturing of side-by-side products, these guys do a killer job. They got a brand new Project X machine inside. Let's go check it out.
Welcome to the new Dragonfire headquarters.
Thank you for calling Dragonfire. This is Megan.
New place is awesome. We upgraded, got a lot more square footage now. Full fabrication shop, which we never really had before. Able to pump stuff out a little bit quicker and create it a lot faster, which is nice.
A lot more room for engineering and research and development, and then more room for manufacturing, which is where we didn't have much room to spread our wings at the old place. R&D has been ramped up a lot over the last year and a half or so.
Everything that we have popped through the mind can be created on a fly and into production right away. We do everything from steering wheels and harnesses up to motor kits and suspension. We do a lot of bolt-on accessories for cages. I would say the first thing that comes to mind with Dragonfire is our performance. You know, everything we make is top-notch. We're not a nickel and dime kind of company. We make the best stuff there is, and we know that's the best stuff there is.
Our first Project X build, 3 years ago now, 3 or 4 years. That was a Razor XP 900 back when they first came out. We launched our race-based product line, which is a modular cage system and bumper system that allows you to take the stock platform, really beef it up, enhance it, stylize it, and give it a racy, edgy feel, and everything's purpose-built. So it's all there for good reason, of course.
The second Project X we did was our rock-solid XP4 900. The idea there was to be the ultimate trail-capable machine, be able to take on any adventure, anything you wanted to do. It had every bell and whistle you could think of, from shovels and axes all the way up to lighting all the way around. So it was meant to be tough, it was meant to hold up to a beating and be able to get you out of almost any situation.
For our third Project X build, we built a Ranger XP 900 and launched our Ready Force line, which is something completely different for us. And it's a market we're excited about, and we want to diversify and reach out to other segments of the country and the world and show what else we can do, not just on the race side.
For this Project X, we decided to go with the Ranger Crew 900. We've expanded on our Ready Force line. We've found that a lot of people like, bits and pieces from everything we make, so we just tried to put it all in there. We wanted to make the complete package. And the Crew, being as popular as it is, we needed to address that market. We now have the doors for the entire 4-seat car. We have the graphic kits that go along with those, as well as all the really popular stuff like the exo frames and the front bumpers. For this build, we're doing our Stage 3 lift kit. We're doing ITP 30-inch tires. We're doing worn winches.
We're doing doors. We're doing front and rear bumpers.
Got a steering wheel kit in there, lockdown harness bar and harnesses, gauges and switches, SS mirrors, LED dome lights.
We're doing Elka shocks. We're doing roof racks to carry extra cargo. We're doing a folding headache racks, the whole nine.
It's just absolutely a beast. Ready Force is the kind of guy that isn't buying the car for one thing. He's not buying it specifically for work. He's not buying it specifically for play, but he likes to do both.
We're using the pure Polaris front and rear windshield and the poly roof, and we're building our stuff around that. I've seen mock-ups and renderings and whatnot, but in the end, it's gonna blow your mind. It's gonna be a little different. It's gonna turn heads, but once it sinks in and people see, okay, this is what they had in mind, it'll make sense.
Every part we are putting on this thing is stuff that we're gonna stock, we're gonna build. When this Ranger is done, it's gonna be unlike any other Ranger in the world. I'm really excited. It's a lot of fun to do something new, to do something different.
Well, I think it's about time we start tearing apart the Ranger. We got our two main guys here at Dragonfire, Seth and Nick. What do you guys say? You guys ready?
Yep.
Do it. All right, let's tear it apart. So the guys are going to finish tearing apart the Ranger, and when we come back, we're going to get started on the Ready Force crew. You're watching Destination Polaris.
Project X is brought to you by Dragonfire Racing. Feel the heat. And by ITP, the world's #1 aftermarket ATV and UTV tire and wheel source. And by Progressive Insurance. Think easier, think Progressive. And by Super ATV, your trusted source for high-quality off-road parts and accessories.
Welcome back to Destination Polaris. You can see our Ranger crew is pretty well torn apart. Now it's time for the build. We're going to start things with suspension.
Well, now that we got all the stock hardware out of the stock arms, we're going to put that in these arms, and then we can put our Delron and chromoly sleeve kit into these. So you get those in, I'll start working on this.
Lift kit is actually probably one of my favorite things on this vehicle. Our Stage 1 lift kit is part of what's on this car, and it gives you a standard 2-inch lift. It's done the right way. It's actually engineered so that you're not getting into any axle CV bind issues, no turning issues when you're at full bump, and it's a pretty basic, straightforward kit. So in combination with our Stage 1 lift kit, we also did the +2 forward A-arms, and the goal with those is to be able to run big 30-inch tall tires on it. And then we topped it all off and made it a Stage 3 kit with the custom-tuned Elka shocks, which come with a Stage 3 setup. We've been partners with Elka for years. I mean, great company to work with. They know performance. They allow us to put our own spin and valving and spring setup on the shocks, and we work closely with them on the racing side and the play and sports side. This lift kit combination is specific for the Ranger 900s. I mean, like I said, ground clearance is an issue, so we want to jack it up, get some more clearance, be able to stuff some big, nice ITP wheels and tires under it, and then obviously ride quality is always important. It looks nasty. I mean, it looks completely different than, you know, the Ranger in stock form. On this setup, we actually did the 1.5-inch wheel spacers on each side as well.
Seth, tell me about this suspension you guys put in, because it's different than the stock.
Well, you know, a lot of people like to run larger tires, and so what we've done is made a set of chromoly arms that actually pushes the center line of the spindle forward, allowing you to run a larger tire. We also paired that up with the Dragonfire shocks by Elka. And to get the ground clearance that we need, a couple extra inches, we also installed our lift kit. And that's just a set of brackets that goes up top and moves the suspension down.
So now we're bigger.
Exactly. More ground clearance.
Nice. How's that going to look?
It's going to look so much better.
Everyone needs protection, and this machine and myself is going to get a brand new exoskeleton right about now.
Ready Force is a comprehensive product line that we developed specifically for the Ranger 900 lineup. Everything from rear bumper, folding headache rack, side runners, doors, exo frames to protect the lighting and bed system. It's all around, you know, modular system. It was spawned from our other two product lines, Race Pace, which is more race tube style West Coast pre-runner, and Rock Solid, which is our adventure line, capable for anything. So Ready Force was a spin-off of that, and obviously the Ranger is a whole different animal, and the whole goal with our Ready Force products is to be equipped for anything.
Seth, I feel like I have a headache right now.
Really?
Yes.
I think I have something to solve it.
You do?
Yeah, headache rack. You know, we bought this nice glass here, you know, this expensive glass to put in this back of this Ranger, and I don't want to ruin it. Yeah. So, headache rack. And you know what nice features about this thing is it actually folds down so you can utilize the bed space and stack stuff on top of this headache rack.
Now, is it just to protect the glass, or does it serve any other purpose?
Yeah, it's like I said, it folds down. You can allow to stack hay on top, let's say, and put feed buckets underneath, or anything of that nature, and it has a cargo light in the back so you can see what you're doing.
Now, Seth, I noticed that the headache rack is 2 different colors. You want to tell me why?
I can't do that.
What?
We're going to save that to a little bit later in the show.
You have a surprise for
A little bit of a surprise.
me. All right, we'll wait then.
The headache rack uses the Polaris lock and ride system in the bed, easy to bolt on, and that is, I mean, throwback to the truck market, you know, headache racks on trucks to protect the rear windshield and glass structure. And ours folds down so you can, you know, put gear in the bed and then on top of the headache rack as well.
You can see we've installed our Dragonfire harnesses. These come in all different colors and sizes. They also, all the new harnesses are going to have this new memory foam, which is great. It makes it nice and soft. You can also see that we put the harness bar in the front and back to attach our harnesses to. Up front, we got our quick release steering wheel. You can see it detaches real easily. This is great for theft deterrent, so you can take the steering wheel with you.
So the roof is going on, we've got the suspension on. When we come back, we're gonna do something we've never done in any Project X build. You're watching Destination Polaris.
Project X is brought to you by Power Sports Place, ATV and UTV Performance, powered by Summit Racing. And by Aluma Trailers, the best aluminum trailer available. And by Hatfield McCoy, where the trail riding adventure begins. And by Brimstone Recreation Area, where the journey is your reward.
Welcome back to Destination Polaris. You can see our Ready Force Ranger crew is about halfway done. Let's finish it up and we'll start up front with bumpers and winch.
You know, Warren's the best. I mean, they've been around for a long time and designed a very good quality product. We're using the Vantage 3000 winch. We're going to put one on the front and on the rear because we want to have the capability of quickly going and using the front. You know, if you're going to pull someone out, pull yourself out. If we've got one in the rear, and this one, for instance, goes right in the hitch, makes it quick and easy to use. So now we don't have to jump on and out and worry about positioning the car. We can do it from front and back real quick.
Seth, I feel like I could either do curls with this or we could put it on the Ranger.
Well, I think putting it on the Ranger would be a better idea.
Probably.
This bumper actually slides right over the factory bumper. It's great because Polaris made a really good bumper in the front, and it's, you know, we utilize that, and this bumper will just slide right over.
My favorite part of the sheet metal style bumper, the front especially, it attaches right to the existing front bumper structure from Polaris. So you don't have to buy a whole new bumper, it's just a shell, nice big tough Jeep style sheet metal shell that clips right to the front bumper.
Seth, I have to admit, this is probably my favorite part of this entire build.
I'd have to say it's mine too.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what's unique about these is these are identical roof racks, and we're actually going to spin this one around and bolt it to that one, making it fit on this top of this 4-seater. And what's unique about this is you can use it on a 2-seater, 4-seater, or a 4-seater front or a 4-seater rear. They're pretty much modular. These come standard with some light brackets up front. You can put any kind of light you want, either HID or LED light bar. We chose to do in the front for HIDs, and we have 2 spots, 2 floods, and for rear for work, so you can see what you're doing. We got 2 floods in the rear.
So we didn't go too crazy on the lighting, but we definitely threw some on there. It's got 6 HID lights, basic HID Jeep style lights. We got 4 in the front and then 2 in the back, and that's a mix of spot projection and flood projection to give a good, well-rounded lighting setup, and those are on top on the cargo rack. And then on the front we have a small 12-inch light bar.
Seth, the whole time during this build, I've been seeing 2 colors, and now I'm holding camo in my hand. Dude, what's going on?
This is what's going on. We're splitting this thing right down the middle.
Wait a second. Explain to me why we're doing 2.
Well, you got camo on one side. A lot of people use this for hunting and camping, and the other side is really the sport end of the market, because a lot of people out there that use the crew for sport.
All of our doors are actually built like doors, so there's an internal frame support structure. It's not just a sheet metal skin with no bracing behind it. There's suicide openings, so you got the coolness factor, and then our latches are dual stage automotive style latches with built-in locks, so when the doors are shut you can lock them out for security. The Ranger doors are awesome setup just because it's such a big open area and not everyone wants to run, the stock window nets all the time.
This is a 14-inch beadlock rim from ITP along with a Monster Mayhem tire. This thing is crazy, 30 inches of tire we got here.
Dude, this is gonna make this Ranger just be like this.
Yeah, it's gonna be up there. I might need a step stool to get into it.
ITP has the best stuff, hands down, and we've known that and proved it for years with them in the Baja racing days, and any application they got the setup for you. Wheels, tires, beadlocks, the whole nine. On this, we actually went a little different than normal. We did the big old 30-inch Monster Mayhems, which is your standard deep south mudder style tire, but we want to show what it can do out here in the desert and some different applications. Blowing my mind, just the color combination, the whole different setup, and it's a whole new animal for us. I mean, I'm excited about it. I want to get it out in the desert and play with it in the water and see what it can actually do. I'm stoked on it. I think it's going to show both colors that our products, embody, and the different wraps show, how the car's used out there.
So our Ready Force Ranger crew is done. Guys, you did a great job. Thanks.
Thanks.
Stick around, because when we come back, we're going to take this to the desert. You're watching Destination Polaris.
Project X is brought to you by Rockford Fosgate, car audio for fanatics, and by DJI, the future of possible, and by Maui Jim Sunglasses, the fastest growing premium polarized sunglass maker in the world, and by Progressive Insurance. Think easier, think Progressive.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Welcome back to Destination Polaris. We're just under an hour east of Phoenix at a place called Butcher Jones Recreation Area. You can see Saguaro Lake there over my shoulder. Tons of fun stuff to do here, so let's get to it.
For this Project X, we're actually going to take you to one of our favorite riding spots, a well-known place called Butcher Jones. We wanted to change it up a little bit, bring you out to the lake.
The cool part about it is that we can wheel back to the backside of Saguaro Lake, up to the shoreline, play around in the water.
This is some gnarly trails, some definitely deep rocks and holes and ruts and sandy washes. So we need to make sure that the car can get there, and it needs to be able to bring everything along with you. The main purpose of this car is to be able to get anywhere and do pretty much anything.
The biggest thing, we want to show what you can do with the Ranger. It's not just a workhorse. These 900s are a crossover vehicle. You can play with them as well. Do some trail riding, go out to Finger Point, do a little rock climbing, and bash through the water on the shoreline a bit. The Stage 3 lift kit with the Elka shocks and the 1.5-inch wheel spacers just made a huge difference. It's nasty, man. I mean, look at it. It's a beast. I mean, I've never seen a Ranger like it. The split color scheme is a little a little different, but it's growing on me. I like it a lot. In the way of Ready Force, we got the Ready Force Ranger Crew doors. We got front and rear bumpers. We got the exo frames protecting the front and rear half of the vehicle, folding headache rack, and then cargo racks up on the roof. Best of all, it's a modular system, so you can do one piece of the puzzle or the whole shebang. Ranger performed awesome. I mean, those big old tires, you know, it was a little different for us. Had to get used to them, but the Ranger was a beast. I mean, anything we threw at it, it just got better and better. It's just, you know, different vehicle than what we're used to on the Razor sporty side. So, you know, once we got some drive time and seat time in it, it's phenomenal. On this machine, we went with the ITP Monster Mayhem beastly 30-inch tall tires with huge lugs. Typically your swamper style tire, and a little different for us, but we wanted to see what they can do out here in the desert, play in the water with them, and they performed great. We rounded out the ITP combination with their new SD Severe Duty dual beadlock wheel, which is phenomenal, very strong, really cool looking wheel. And this is our fourth build, so we want to keep, you know, doing things different, pushing the envelope, not just, you know, do the same thing that everyone else does. So it turned out great. I mean, it's a phenomenal machine. It's a beast.